It's nice to walk right into a Goodwill and like, oh, hello. It is some good rusty crustiness, but this is really goldy. So we're gonna get out the Dixie Belle's patina. I haven't done that in a little while because I haven't found a piece. And then this is chipping off. So we'll see if we can salvage this and give it a new paint job. So $8.49 is what Goodwill charged for it. And we're gonna get the sander out, sand some of that so we can, I mean, I like patina, but I know my paint's just gonna chip just like that. So let's get it sanded. So I'm thinking the base color underneath was yellow. So I'm just gonna take some rubbing alcohol. I'm gonna get it clean. I tried to get all the chippy off that I could. Choosing to use alcohol because it dries fast, and it also acts as a little bit of a stripper, so any other extra paint that wants to come off would be a bonus. So this is Dixie Belle's patina paint. There is a primer, but I don't think it matter whether you use it or you don't use it. It changes my color output because it is a red rust color. So I just go in with the iron patina paint, use some type of a flat, like a big stencil brush or small brush, and then I just go in and start doing a tapping motion. Make sure your paint's been sitting, that you stir all your yummies back together. You know, because rust, I don't do brush strokes because rust is bumpy, as we saw earlier. So I'm going to put it over the entire piece, and I'm going to end up needing 2 coats. So I'll dry it in between the second coat so we get a little bit more coverage. And let's see if I can get this dry, the first coat dried with a heat gun. Okay, I think that's dry enough that I can go in with the second coat. So there again, I'm just going to do the tapping motion. So there's green, blue, and then the yellow. And I put them in a different spray bottle because I buy it in bulk. So I start off with just spraying the whole thing with the green, which will cause that red rust. And you can almost see the chemical reaction right off the bat, but I just let it sit and dry. Now I like to add the blue and the yellow. That's just me. So I'll just go over it. And then this is always the really scary one. You can just dab it on too if you want, but I'm looking for that overall look. And then you can just, until you get what you think is going to be all right, and do a little bit more blue. And then I'm going to do more green, and then I'm just going to leave it alone. And then when it starts to dry, sometimes I'll shift it, like I rose it up a little bit so it's not laying flat on my board. So it's not just sitting in the pool of the spray. And then we're just going to leave it alone and let's see what it does. Like you can already kind of see the rust starting to happen between the 2 colors, which I think the yellow and blue make an amazing little green patina going on there. We're just changing this color. Set it off to the side and just let it do what it's going to do. Yes, the other was pretty amazing, but this is pretty amazing too, y'all. Very amazing. And lifting it up, it doesn't pool, doesn't mess up the back. Now, normally I've always done weather defense to seal this in, and I think that it's done fine. But I wanted to try the patina guard, even though I don't really care for the primer. I wanted to give this a try. So it says just to apply it, and it stops the patina process. I just like, please don't change my patina because you are awesome. You know, especially since this is an outdoor piece. So I'm just gonna. I don't think it's changing it. I wasn't sure like the shininess or anything. Apple Core, who's your friend? You guys remember that? That. Yes, so this little stool, it kind of looks a little bit on the cheap side. I don't Strawberries are trending, you know, back again. The apples just haven't made a comeback yet. But and 100 green. I don't like anyway, y'all. So $5.29 at Goodwill. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of sanding, take the tags off, and I think I'm going to see if I have another piece of wood to make it a little bit. We're going to elevate its level a little bit. I just wanted to scuff sand it a little bit just to give it something for glue to adhere on. So I have two different pieces of wood from Hobby Lobby. This one has a little bit of a lip, and then this one is just the round. I mean, they both are okay, but I think I'm going to go for the detail. I think there's enough in there. And then this one was boo-booed. I don't mind imperfections at all. Character and charm. If we're going to make it look like an older piece, we want it to have character and charm and not be perfect. Before getting the two pieces attached together, I am going to take the time just to scuff sand some of this paint. I like the legs. Reminds me of an old milking stool, the little tip at the bottom. This is probably just paper. I'm going to take a little bit of Titebond, quick and thick. Probably more than a little. Take my wood round, squish it around. See if we are, oh, that's not too bad. Not too bad. And I'm actually going to take some brad nails and shoot it through it. I was hoping that I chose the right brads that wouldn't go all the way through. Wipe off that excess glue. This is sand, get that off there. So I took the sander around, rounded those edges, you know, even though we glued a piece on, we don't want to make it look like we just glued a piece on there. So soften those up by rounding them. Gonna add some, because it's just too new of wood. We got that boo-boo here. And hammer will work. We're gonna paint it, but while we're still on the sanding process, we'll just give it some more character. Even though I beat it up, I still wanted to have that smooth texture, because if it was really that way, it would have been smooth. So now we're going to go ahead and get it primed. For the ease, I'm going to use two different shellacs on this because this is not very much fun. I'm already going to have to paint it once. So I'm going to spray the bottom with shellac, and then I'll do the brush on the top. The whole thing, yeah, but I'm going to have to go back in with a second coat for that. because the spray is just a mist. And then this gets it out a little bit heavier that I only need to have to do one coat. So I'm going to make sure you stir your yummies off the bottom. See how you can get it on a little bit heavier with the brush. Very raw wood in. And then we can flip it. I'm going to spray those. Yeah, just take a hammer. Beat something up. You got some frustrations? Take it out on your family. Get a hammer. Go do a craft. I have flour sack for that little stool. There's something about white, little chippy stool maybe. We'll see if it chips or not. You never know. Crackle, at least. So milk paint, powder paint, mixed with water. I like mine a little bit thicker, so the directions say to do equal parts, but you just kind of play. The more you use it, the more you figure out the consistency that you're looking for. Because I like to try to paint my item all at one time, so because you have to wait a little bit for it to dry. Time to paint. I'm actually going to go in with my legs first. Kind of do a tapping motion because it's still smooth. Will we see the distressing? I don't know, but it did make me feel better that it just wasn't smooth new wood. I'm just sticking with that tapping motion. That seems to be working. Ta-da! I ended up only doing one coat on this. And that's with the shellac. So we're going to go ahead and sand it and see what we get. So we got a little bit of chippiness chipped off. Who knows why, but and you can see a little bit of the green. All good. We're going to use some of the Sweet Pickins dark oil wax on it. Always scary, right? No worries, it's not gonna be brown. And I'm gonna take some of the Fusion's clear wax. Look at how it popped all that yummy detail. I like the shellac, especially on wood. I mean, I like Extra Bond, but I like that it doesn't make it even. That there's just so much, it looks so much natural. Extra Bond can too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just like, I mean, you got small and you got large and you got it chipped up. Oh, just amazing. So wine box, right? This is a sparkling white wine. We're going to take this off. What did I pay for it? $3.49. So really what I was looking at is this outer box. That part, that's what I was looking at. And I'm pretty sure this has been in somebody's barn. So I would like to take this part off, hopefully, and then put it on here, and then maybe make some shelves. What do you think? I don't know. Sounds good, right? Good. I'm hoping to use this piece of wood for shelves. So I don't know. That I can pull that out. There we go. So see? Oh, it's not the same. That's okay. Did all that work, and I could probably just take it to the bandsaw and cut it flush, right? Let's get it cleaned out first. I can kind of see how it's going on there, so I'm just going to take it to the bandsaw and just take that, try to take that little edge off. Right cuts, right? That's the question. Oh, it fits. Okay. I think I'm actually going to keep the character. I mean, because you could just cut that all off. I don't know. I don't think so. I like the wording on it and the patina and the story, you know, so I might cut some of this off so I can see the writing, and then just pick a spot so we see that. I cut just a little bit of it off. Now I just want to do a pencil mark. So I've cut one. So I'm just going to do a little mark so I know where I need to be. Oops. Yay! I'm thinking about leaving it natural, but I gotta, yeah, you know, it had been out somewhere. Not raw box, not an easy thing to clean. No. Didn't say that was going to be the easiest of tasks, but we achieved it. So I should be able to take just water to get that pencil mark off. I had to have a line. Now, do you paint it? Or do you leave it natural? I gotta do something there with the new wood. I think I'm just gonna leave it raw, other than I'm taking a little of the antiquing paste cloth. It's like, how do you make patina, right? I mean, we do, but we're doing the patina on the whole thing. I don't know. I don't know. It's cute though. It's solid. It is a solid piece. $6.49. In case you didn't see it the first time, they doubled. We are going to sand it a little bit. Super shiny paint. But I think I'm going to mix some Bondo up. So I'm going to use Bondo as the filler to fill in that detail. It's a detail. So some of the putty and some of the hardener. I like Bondo because it cures fast. Like 5-10 minutes, you can start sanding on your project. You don't have to wait all day for it to dry. Take a little bit of it. And I try to like have it raised above. That way it's filling it in. See? 10 minutes. It's dry enough for me to sand. Okay, I'm sanded as much as I can take. So I rounded off the edges. because that's my jam. I don't like to fill that hard, so we're just going to get it wiped down. Sometimes you got to pick your battles, and if taping off saves me a step of painting, just this very bottom part, that's what I'm going to do. Curry, it's an underrated color. I just bought a firkin off a Whatnot show, and I'm like, I so need to paint something curry, and that red. Oops. I feel like that's the way to go here. You know that's not going to work, right? Yeah, I did. And I almost knocked it over again. Oh. I'm down to the bottom of my curry where it's hard to scoop out. So I'm just going to guesstimate how much is in there. I'm not mixing it with anything. I'm just doing curry and mixing it with water. But we're going to set that off to the side so that can thicken up. And I'm going to take some shellac and seal this very raw wood in, or my paint will just absorb into this. Which, if you're looking for crazing and crackling, you don't want it to just absorb. If you're looking for a clean paint job, then just paint over it, and you probably won't get any crackling or anything like that. The place nobody sees first, right? Not worried about the bottom, little bottom of the legs there. I kind of slop it on. I guess that might be the word to use. And then just move the paint around because I want to do it in one coat for that amazing crackle. I guess slop is a good word for it. We're just slapping paint on. But it gives it a great look. The curry pairs nice with the red. It does. In my mind, anyway, but we're covering up, and if it shows through, it shows through. That red's peeking through. So, we'll go ahead and get this sanded. So to seal, you have to seal milk paint into something. I think the curry was a great choice with that red coming through. So we're just going to do some of the dark oil wax. Oh, just looks like it's been painted this way for years.